Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Monday, January the 29th, and welcome to our video commentary. Today we're going to talk about the Grammys, not what song should have won or what song didn't win. We're going to talk about the politics of all of this. You know, I gave up on most of these shows a long time ago. I remember back in the 1980s, these shows became very political with President Reagan, and I just tuned out. I said, I'm not going to sit there and watch a show that's taking cheap shots, basically, at President Reagan. So I said, I'm not watching. And then, you know, the same thing with President Bush, and then President Bush, and of course now with President Trump. And we're in a situation where I think these shows are losing audiences. Last night, the ratings were very bad. You know, when I heard that the show was going to be on, I didn't even know that the Grammys were on last night. And I saw something on social media that they were going to be on. And I put a little tweet saying that if they went political, they were going to have low ratings. Well, they went political and they had low ratings. It was really, really lousy, the ratings that they had. And it shouldn't come as any surprise that people tune out politics. I mean, this is not a political show. This is not being presented as, you know, hey, watch the Grammys so you can hear your political point of view. No, it's a music show. That's how it's being presented. But yet the whole night you have artists taking shots at President Trump or taking shots at people like me who voted for President Trump, and it just becomes obnoxious and people tune out, and that's just the way it's going to be. Hopefully, but I've said it before, so I'm not maybe very hopeful, but hopefully the advertisers will catch the message and they'll begin to realize that they're paying for a lot more than what they're getting, because it's not just the fact that the ratings are down. That's not the only thing. The fact is that many people begin to associate the products or being advertised or the services with this kind of politics. And after a while, people say, well, I'm not going to buy that product because they advertise on the Grammys. People do that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people today calling some of these advertisers and say, hey, I'm sick and tired of you endorsing or you supporting this kind of political show. You know, I remember Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson was the master at political humor, at least the ones that I recall, because Carson had this, first of all, he was very charming how he did it, but he had this great ability of being very funny and taking shots at both sides without being mean. And of course, he would do it equally. I mean, he would go after the Republicans and go after the Democrats, and everybody would be laughing at the end of the day, but nobody went home angry. That's the kind of humor that we should have, but we don't have. What happens during these shows is that they're taking shots at President Trump. You know, I understand that even Mrs. Clinton was on the show last night. Again, I didn't see it, but I understand that she was on and she was reading from that book. And, you know, it's all gotten too political. Frankly, it's just gotten too political. And I think it's time to tone it down and get back to what they're supposed to be doing, which is recognizing the musical talent in the country, or the movies, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't know how much longer they can continue to do these shows, politicizing everything as much as they do. But I guess I've said it before, and they keep doing it. So as long as the advertisers pay for it, I guess that's all that matters. But I've got to believe the advertisers are reading the ratings, and they cannot be happy with ratings going down every year on these programs, because a lot of people are just tuning it out because of all the politics. Have a great day, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas. We have all of these commentaries at YouTube. We have them in Twitter, and we have them on my blog. Have a good day, everybody. So long.